Hello, welcome everybody to another video. Hope you're having a good day, morning, afternoon, midnight, whatever it is that you're having. Hope you're having a good time. Here I'm going to talk about the beta, just a little bit of what, I saw, what I like, what I didn't like, what to expect for weekend 2, and what are my thoughts. This is, in a way, a multiplayer demo, for those that don't know what a beta is. Testing and making sure that the game is optimized and, there's no issues, no bugs, no game-breaking issues that when you buy the game, you spend those $70, you don't have any issues with. So as you can appreciate, we're playing on, I believe this map is called Decay, or I don't know. Not my favorite, but not the worst map. And again, I could be wrong about the map name. I'm going to be inserting another gameplay clip here of Skyline. That's another map, which is, I think it's going to be a competitive map. I think it's going to be used in esports, and it's going to be one of those popular ones like Nuketown and Terminal and all those Skid Row, High Rise, those good maps. I used to be, or am still, some kind of a avid Call of Duty player. I try to fit in everything into my schedule when I play my video games, but going into the subject, they just put a handful of weapons in the game. We have, I would say, and I'm looking here at my notes, they added 2 ARs, 2 submachine guns or SMGs, I believe 1 LMG, and just 2, 2 sniper rifles, which one of them is bolt action. Doesn't matter what they do. The point is that, to me, I like the new movement. We're going to touch base with that first. It feels, to me, like Black Ops. It looks like Black Ops Cold War. And it definitely sounds way better than Cold War. It's if Modern Warfare 3 and Cold War had a baby, they made this game. It's classic COD in the sense that the maps are mostly 3-row lane maps, and the movement is pretty good. You have versatility. I believe you've already seen on TikTok and on YouTube and on other YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagram, what have you, people pulling off some crazy stunts, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it's going to make the game fun, and it's going to make the game extremely difficult for those that are jumping into COD, let's say, in a long while. And also for those that want to get into it, although it's, the game is not going to pair you up with the best, COD players there are. They have this matchmaking system where you play with people that are kind of in the same range, but there's some times where you're going to get hammered. But going back to the movement, if you're playing on PS5, obviously, or Xbox, it's just going to be like a press of the right stick. Whichever direction you're going, it's going to follow that input, and you're going to roll or back dive. As you can see in the gameplay, I'm not pulling much of these stunts because the map or the situation doesn't really call for it. But it's something that is pretty awesome. I like it. And you can even sprint a little bit faster, a little bit slower, backwards, which is cool. Like I said, it's something refreshing for COD. Something new. As I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to hop on the second weekend that hopefully a lot of people can get in there. It's open beta, so anybody can jump in just before making that decision, that $70 decision, for those who want to buy the standard edition. I certainly am gonna try and see. I haven't decided yet for a fact, but I do like it. You guys let me know if you want to comment down below what you're gonna do. I'll respond to you guys, obviously. But now let's jump into the guns. Guns are standard issue, nothing too crazy. Guns felt how they should in a COD game, and especially if you played if you played Cold War, they sort of feel like that. They have that bounciness, that predictable pattern of recoil. This is more like, in a way, a little bit more arcadey. I hope my personal hope is that this game doesn't turn into like Modern Warfare 3. And it's not that I don't like Modern Warfare 3. It's just that, you know, people are going into their loadouts. Oh my god, like I gotta have this grip. I have to have this stock. I have to have, and it makes the game not friendly for those that don't play it as much as, you know, like every single day, every single minute. You gotta get the loadout. You gotta do the challenges to get a certain amount of attachment. That really is a turnoff for me personally, because sometimes when you want to do a particular build, you just want to hop in the game. You don't care too much about like the performance of it. You know, I know there's people out there that want to do that, but do you really, like, as a casual player or somebody that used to play COD back in the day, you know, the Modern Warfare or Call of Duty 4 times, do you really want to, you know, it's a personal thing. You know, I know a lot of people feel like that, but for me, I'd rather have this attachment that is good for this weapon rather than, how do you say, like having to grind and do this particular challenge where you have to do certain tasks that sometimes might not complete. I don't know if you feel me with that. But essentially, going back to the subject, I like that the guns feel like that. They feel familiar. There are a handful of attachments basically attached to said weapon and said gun. So far, we're not open to see all the full extent of the gun, the camos, and everything. I wasn't invited to COD Next, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm just basing off myself of like personal experience with the game over the weekend. So yeah, the guns feel predictable. They feel good. There's no negative to the attachments so far. Like, all the attachments do something positive. The only thing that I can point out, like out of the bat, is that if you use a laser sight, is obviously a negative, because they're gonna see you if you're camping or cornering or just trying to heal or catch a breath. You know, they're gonna see you. Let's say the snipers feel like they should. Not that I really played much with them, but from the ones that I picked from the, you know, the floor and stuff like that. To me, going back to the weapons, I hope that it follows that pattern. Where it doesn't feel like a whole task to kill somebody in the game. Like, it's just, you know, you have good aim, you have good positioning, you saw them first, boom, you know. So jumping into the maps, I'm not sure if I talked over the maps, but they brought in two to three maps. It's this one that we're the rail map that I think I just showed you guys. The second one is Skyline, and then the third one is like a mini mall, like plaza style. I forgot the name of it. I didn't play it too much in the rotation. And I did not like that map out of the three, simply because it seems like there's a lot of openings to certain places, and I felt like if I wasn't in the particular spot, I was going to get shot. The other maps, Skyline is not symmetrical, but familiar enough and predictable enough that you know where people could come from, depending on the game type. And, you know, I feel like, you know, when the game comes out, I hope that's, you know, the maps are going to be good maps. I feel like they're going to be good maps because they're going to bring on some from Black Ops 1, that from what I read, or I hope, you know. And then let's finally talk about like the perks. The perks are familiar. They are, some of them are new. Like, I would say, what was that one perk? Whenever you die, I think it was like spy, or you can see through walls after you die. I know that's a perk bonus, but let's say they added something new where if you pick, let's say, a particular class of perks, it gives you a passive boost or ability. I know that if you pick all the blue perks, basically you're going to have a passive ability where you could see people from, let's say, the spawn, not the spawn, but you could see them through walls if you died. Which is kind of cool, you know, not my favorite thing, because obviously if I'm on a hot streak, I'm trying to get like a chopper or something like that, or a nuke, obviously that's not going to be good for me. So I hope they do fix the time at least where that is active, because I feel like that's like a crutch for those that are playing the game seriously or trying to get some kill streak or some kind of like video or some kind of montage, you know, that's gonna ruin the experience for them. There are field equipments. Basically, as you can see, I think this is what I was rocking the whole time, just the ammo pack. I know there's a trophy system, so it's kind of similar, like I said again, to Modern Warfare 3. I think the most useful one for me, since I don't want to run scavenger, has to be like the armory box. You know, you get reloaded ammo, you get secondary and primary like equipment, and like I said, the perks are just predictable things that are in Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops Cold War, and even Black Ops 1. It's Scavenger, Ghost, what is it? Dead Silence, you know, just typical perks that you could use. Let's say the next thing that I have here on the note is just final thoughts. I feel like the game is going to be somewhat good, you know, the first weeks. You know, when you play the game, everybody's gonna try and learn like the maps, the pattern, the guns, which gun to use, which is a positive, right? You know, you want to play the game, you enjoy, you have a good time with the game. But as more, you know, the more you get used to the game, the more there's gonna be a learning curve for other people that, you know, adapt quicker than you. If you're trying to play it casually, I mean, you're gonna have a great time regardless, since there's gonna be zombies in here. But going into the negatives, well, let's say in the positives, then we'll go into negatives. As you can see in these two clips that I shared here, you can notice my HUD. There's customization with that. Basically, you can change where the position of your ammo is seen. You can see the map, the score, like the kill feed and stuff like that. So that is a cool thing that we never seen, and I feel like, you know, even if the game turns out to be boring for some people, like, it's cool to have that, you know. It's something different, something new for those that are kind of like tired of the same old thing with COD, you know. I understand those that don't like it because, oh, you know, it doesn't appeal to me, it's the same thing over and over and over. And, you know, I can understand that people can feel the burn coming from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, you know, they call it DLC and all that good stuff. You know, but to me, it's going to be refreshing to play with my friends, you know, the zombies, give it a shot. I know that I heard bad things about that too for those that played like the zombies, those that got into COD Next. But honestly, you know, I'm here to enjoy the game, not take it too seriously. Who knows? You know, I used to play back in the day 24/7. Not that I got that much time, but, you know, still, it's nice to come in, play the game, have a, you know, cool time, relax, and, you know, just play the game for what it is. Now, here on my negatives, throughout the beta, there was a noticeable use of one particular weapon. And that's going to be the one that kind of looks like the AK-74. It has a weird name, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to mention it because if you played it, you know which one I'm talking about. That's in the submachine gun category. The one that kind of looks like an AK. Basically, that gun dominated. You could basically tell if you played the whole weekend last week. That gun is basically masterclass. Now, I didn't really had any noticeable bad experiences, like getting slammed by it constantly. I just had a couple of bad matches, but, you know, everybody has those. But that's what's gonna make it or break it for me. Usually, or basically, I played a lot of Cold War back in the day, and I know they released this TAC-19 or TAC-9 weapon, and that game just, I mean, that gun just broke the whole game, and it really turned me off when it comes to playing the game. Like, dude, so every match, every single play, and every single game mode, you're gonna be, you know, playing against these people that are, you know, using that gun, which I understand, I would use it too. But, like, the game has to be balanced. The game has to be perfect in the way that, you know, every gun has to feel, like, somewhat viable, like, or usable with set attachments. Like, I don't even want the gun to be nerfed. I want the game to have balanced when it comes to, you know, respawns. Because this map, the railing one, it has really poor game, what am I saying? Not game, respawns if you're playing domination. And in this beta, you basically needed to play whatever game mode the game forced, because in the beta there wasn't like an option to play a particular game mode. It's just Mosh Pit, which is fine, but I guess that's part of the beta. I don't think they're gonna screw that up, or because they're testing these particular things. But those are just my first impressions and comparisons. I'm really excited for it because it's something different. It seems like they're putting effort into their multiplayer. That's like my bread and butter. Usually when I get a new COD, my thing is to play the campaign, try and beat it on the medium difficulty, and then after that I go into multiplayer. I sink most of the time there, and more in this one because they're gonna bring back like regular prestige modes, like prestige 1 through 10. It's not like how they have it now where it's level 3000 which is kind of like, you feel like you're leveling up. Are you leveling up to what? Like classic COD, Black Ops, and those other ones, like you would get some kind of reward. You would get like a little emblem, or you would get like some kind of like unlock for a permanent unlock for a gun, or like the cool classic classic COD. And yeah, those are my initial thoughts. I'm gonna jump in this weekend if I have the chance and play and capture a little bit of footage for you guys. And hopefully if you don't have the time to like play the game, like the beta wise, at least you can take some notice, look at the gameplay by me and other creators, and basically be all like, hey, this is kind of cool. I think I could dig it. It's fun. And I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about the zombies game mode of it. Basically, they're gonna make sure that you can unlock the Easter eggs, which Easter eggs are kind of like a big part of zombies for those that want to see like the story behind zombies. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good experience this year. It's gonna be fun. Not to say, okay, don't misunderstand me. It's gonna be cool for the first weeks, first months. Let's say first 6 months, right? But when everybody figures out how to play this, how to do that, because we know that other people focus on giving tips, tricks, and know-hows for people that are not that good at the game, or they want to get a competitive edge. It's gonna be fun until they catch up. Until everybody understands the mechanisms and start to focus on certain guns, and that's to me what's gonna be the time where the game is not gonna be ruined. The game is gonna be just a little bit more challenging, just like Modern Warfare 3 is right now. I even jump back and forth between Black Ops, Cold War, Black Ops, 6, and then Modern Warfare 3. And honestly, like, not to say that I don't like Modern Warfare 3, it's just, it feels like people get away with a lot more craziness, like, because they have set attachments, set loadouts, set strategy, which is part of the game. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be good until people understand and comprehend more, like, the mechanism of the game and what to exploit, if that makes sense. But just like Cold War, just like Black Ops 2, 3, 4, 5, Cold War, I'm gonna play it. I really like COD, and I'll be posting it here, crazy gameplays and commentary, and who knows, maybe I'll do like a road to Prestige 1 or something like that. Who knows? It just depends from here to there. I know I have that gameplay series that I'm working on. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoy the gameplay and the background, and you give it some serious thought about whether you want to buy the game or not. Like I said, you have the opportunity to jump in this weekend and see for yourself. Although, be aware that this is not the final product. Things might change. But so far, I'm liking the game. I would give it, like, so far as a beta preview, I would give it like a solid, like, 7.5 out of 10. And the reason behind that is just because I would like to see a little bit more than what they gave us. But I understand at the same time that it's a beta, They're just testing the strings behind the puppet, So if anything, hope you have a great day. Enjoy, whatever you have going on right now. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.